Do you know what the #1 thing you can do for your board that makes it feel completely different? I'll give you a second to go ahead and type that down in the comments below. It's Riptide bushings. Riptide makes the most insane customizable bushings for almost any board that's out there, from downhill racers to everything in between. These things are fantastic. Do you know what's also really fun? Is that Linnpower, the company that made this guy here, the one, this one here, the Zephyr. Also, they have the Viper, which is at home. But most importantly, they also made this here, which is you know, fun. But really, it's actually for this guy here, the Evo Mark 1, which is the underdog of any board that I pretty much said year over year. And this board deserves so much more praise for what it is, because it is a multitude of different things and a very, very, very fun board. And Riptide bushings that are used for LaCroix settings with these adapters fit inside of here, give it a totally different customizable feel. So let's go ahead and dive in and see exactly how this all sets up. Once you take the pin off of the center pin off of here, take this off, and then there are these nylon catching things inside of here that are actually threaded up into this here, giving us the different settings here. Now I have 70A up front, 75 in the rear, and these fit beautifully inside of this block here. I mean, literally perfectly inside of the block here. So that goes inside of there. And then I would just bring a T-tool or whatever you got with you to the track or outside, whatever it may be, and make your adjustments for tightness as you go along there. But let's go ahead and swip over to the back there. This is the Evo Mark 1 Lite Edition. This is the 14S3P. This originally came with a belt drive system, and I've done almost every single upgrade possible to this board now. Went from belt drive to gear drive, the 14S3P battery that's inside of here. I've done the firmware update to give it a little bit more oomph off the line, which was very appreciated. And now with the bushings inside of here, this is kind of the last step. Oh, I'm sorry, I also swapped out the tires for more street appropriate tires because I found myself really enjoying this carve ride feel on the road. So now I'm looking forward to going ahead and trying this thing out and seeing how the Riptide, which is one of my favorite top brands to work with for any skateboard. It's basically just a brand new suspension, brand new fresh pair of underpants, if you will, on any board. It just makes it feel completely different. So your old stiff board that literally felt creaky and you need to maintain that thing, bushings, #1, best thing to do for any board whatsoever. I need a T-tool. Too small. Excited to see what this board feels like. I think honestly the last step is strapping bindings on it because it comes with the pre-drilled out binding setup that's on there. So being able to actually slap some bindings on here would be a lot of fun. And because it is so lightweight, kind of taking off some jumps and dirt roads and whatever might be even more enjoyable in that sense. But it has been such a fun board. And there's a few guys out there that's got like some insane amount of miles on it already. I love to see it. All right. So from the stock standard bushings to Riptide upgrades, pretty easily. Just a few bolts out there. We'll bring our Y tool here to make some adjustments as we need to, and let's see if this thing rips outside. Alright, first initial impressions with the Riptide bushings inside there. A little bit more car ride feel on the heel side than there is on the toe side. That's probably just my adjustments needed for my ride style, which I brought my adapter with me so I could make those as I ride around. But it feels really good. I mean, Riptide makes everything better when it comes to anything. Car ride related, locked in feeling. It just feels so good. That come back to center feeling is really snappy, actually. I will say that. That pushing back on it, even for my body weight, it snaps back to center really quickly. Yeah, very, very snappy on the bringing it back to center. So something to note as well too. Not that I ever had a problem with the original Linnpower Riptides. This was something that they asked me to test out for them, and I'm glad I did because it makes me appreciate how much Linnpower puts in their effort there with their Riptide setups. So very, very nice. Can't complain. And I mean, the power of the sports is so much fun. One thing I will notice is that the heel and toe side feel different than the actual Linnpower bushing setup. So the heel side feels a little bit softer than the toe side, I guess just because of compression. So I did have to constantly make adjustments until I finally got it dialed in right for me, but it does feel just that, very dialed in. Fluid, but incredibly stable at high speeds. If you wanted deep powder-like carves, this definitely gives you that option with these Riptide bushings. So something I can definitely recommend if you do own a Linnpower Evo Mark 1. So after the past few weeks of putting a bunch of miles on these new Riptide bushings with this absolutely spectacular board, it's making me fall in love with the Evo all over again. Not that I never didn't love it, but it's such an underdog. Like, I don't understand. It's low, it's powerful enough. It's got great range with the 14S4P. I have the light version, so a little bit on the lighter version for my weight riding style, but this thing carves and rides so beautifully that it really can't be compared to pretty much any other board that I'm on right now. Wide trucks planted, insane CNC milled, the flexible battery pack, all that stuff. Definitely worth a look in my opinion. I believe it's also on sale for like $1,000 right now. So definitely one to contend with if you are looking for a new board this season. If you guys enjoyed this and you do own an Evo, I highly recommend reaching out to Linnpower, picking up a set of these Riptide adapters and slapping them inside of your board because it is worth the car ride feel and customizable feel for anyone that owns one of these already. If you don't own one yet, definitely worth a look. Until next time, guys, wear your helmet. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. You.